Welcome back to the back nine of round one here at the 2018 Tyyni. We've got myself, Robert McCall, and Eric McCabe here in the booth, the Sweep the Leg commentary team. Also our doubles team
yes,
name.
It is. Our undefeated
as yet
team.
Undefeated. We've got 4 fantastic competitors on the card today. We'll tell you a little bit about them as we get into the round here.
Hole 10, par 5, probably one of my favorite holes on the course, personally.
Beautiful.
It's just so beautiful, especially when you get this shot around the corner, and then you can see the basket like 600 more feet away.
Yes.
It's so awesome.
Yeah, this is 2 big, full power shots to get yourself a look at an approach. Ricky's in A1 position right there. Right side of the fairway, good footing, giving himself a chance to go over the water, which is no easy task.
No. Silver going forehand there, which is kind of it's a really tough angle to get the distance on that shot, especially with the wind that they had ripping on them.
Definitely,
today.
yeah. They're throwing with a right to left wind here, and eventually what they'll be throwing into is basically a dead headwind.
A dead head. As you can see, he's just gonna have to lay up his shot.
Yeah, as we said in the last video, Silver's from Estonia. He and Kristen Tatar do disc golf training in Estonia, and he said they just have way too many people. They're always full. Everyone wants to learn how to play disc golf from them, which is really awesome. And Linus gets a really unlucky little catch and roll out of bounds there.
Yeah. That's the last thing you really want to do on this hole. It's go out of bounds.
Well, and laying up, too. You know, if you're going for it and you go out of bounds, okay, sometimes that happens. Yanni with the Hulk smash.
Yes, big.
And keeps it in bounds, too. That's beautifully played.
Rick going mash as well.
You know Rick's going for it. He's asking for it to get left. He's well clear of the water.
There's a green on that right side, but it shouldn't really ever come into play.
Yeah, not for these guys. In fact, you would never really think anyone would reach it into unless it was really good conditions.
Yeah.
But
almost impossible to get the eagle unless you throw it in.
Yeah, and I was standing here when Silver threw this, and this is a bomb.
Yes.
Just super crushed to even get up there to have like a jump putt. Linus has thrown a beautiful line as well.
This basket sits on top of they're basically playing this par 5 backwards down the golf hole.
Right.
It sets up on a flat little plateau that's utilized as a tee box for the golf course.
Yeah, and this looking back onto the fairway is one of the most beautiful views on the course.
Yeah, I don't know how you pull your disc out of the basket and not take a picture.
Yes, that's
that view right
that's
there.
exactly what I did. Was take a picture every time. Rick was in the only really group of trees in the fairway on the right side there, but was able to navigate up with his harp. So Silver's taking a jumper at it. Actually got the height, which is difficult to do. That basket is well over their head.
And he may have been able to see the band from his perspective, but not much of the basket could he see there. So,
oh man, and that's a missed opportunity for Yanni. When you're over the water in 2, you're really going to want to get up to the basket on your 3rd and have a look at a 4. This is a pretty rear 4.
Good birdie there for Rick.
Yeah, that's well done. There weren't very many 4s this day. I believe there was only, a handful, maybe fewer.
It's one of those things. You have to be in position off the 1st to be able to go for the 2nd and then put your 3rd close.
Yeah.
And then hit a putt. It's a true par 5.
Exactly. Unlike a lot of par 5s, this requires 3 really, really good shots to get yourself a look.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hole 11 plays into the wood line, lining the golf fairways here.
Kind of a bone that they throw at you here after that big par 5.
Oh, here's a par 5. Oh, here's the hyzer.
Yeah, just
like
mash
a
it
little
into
straight
shrubbery type weird grass and ferns.
Shrubbery type. What do they say on Big Sexy? Arborvitae?
Yes.
Just incorrectly calling all trees. I had a good chuckle at that. Not that I know trees, but I had a decent idea that those weren't correct.
Yeah. I know those aren't redwoods.
Yes, that's right. Those guys crack me up, man. But I like that there is a backstop here. You can kind of just throw the disc as hard as you want into those trees and get yourself a look.
It's really refreshing because you don't have to think a lot on this hole. You know, you can kind of just relax a little bit.
Just nice, clean, straight shot, yeah. This is a little bit wide from Linus, but I did see some shots trickle in from that side. Like this one.
Yeah, that's a good trickle.
You're gonna like it.
Yeah. Don't hit your head.
So Silver's just stayed off to the right side. Tricky approach. Now, I will say that is the danger. If you get off to the right or left, there are some trees to contend with, and Silver's found one of those, and he's unfortunately going to leave that birdie putt or par putt out to the right.
Yanni's putting struggles continue a little bit here.
Yeah, kind of a scary putt downhill.
It is, and that's the hard part about disc golf. Really, is as soon as you continuously miss putts, it's hard to make that first one to get your confidence going again.
Right,
especially
no matter how many you've made.
When you're leaving yourself with like 40-foot downhills.
Yeah. Linus with the super duper drop in. He's going to like that.
Super deuce.
All right, hole 12. Extremely sharp angle to the left. You'd think that
Never
most people would throw
thought about
hyzer. Here goes Ricky with a forehand roller.
Never
This is his
even
vision.
entered my mind.
I didn't see a drive that close all day. And it looks like you could just throw a high hyzer and get close, but it's so far to the left.
That branch that's coming out, you want to basically almost hit that branch.
Right. Either under or over.
Yep.
It almost doesn't matter. But it's just tough to get a great shot all the way there.
Yep.
Most really good shot. Linus just threw a really good shot.
Clean.
And that's circle's edge,
Yep.
putting uphill onto this mound.
Yeah, you just really want to give it some height and commit to the shot.
Yep. Yeah, Yanni didn't have enough height there, just a little too much power. He's going to be right outside circle 2, and that's layup city.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a big drop-off right behind it.
Silver with just a natural forehand turnover, and he just gives it a little too much angle, and that's going to roll out on him. I don't think that was an intentional roller.
Thrower?
Yeah, I think that was a thrower.
Yes.
Textbook.
I've done many of those in my day.
Oh, same
The
here.
key is just to make it look like you wanted the roller and just miss the angle.
Yeah. Oh, man, I guess I didn't commit to the angle enough.
Yeah.
Yep. Just a little layup. Oh. Linus with good commitment. Didn't quite get it up enough.
Rick.
Fantastic birdie from Ricky. Like you said, just so creative to throw the forehand roller there. Even in some wind, that's knowing your disc and trusting it.
It is. And Ricky taking a commanding lead on the card.
That's right.
With that birdie.
I think we probably saw a lot of pars here. You're not going to be in position very often to get a birdie putt, so most everybody had probably a similar fate.
Yeah.
A little bit off the mound, just pitching up there. We must have missed Ricky's drive here because he would have been first on the box. Yep. Linus has let his drive leak to the left, and there is OB on the left side. And unfortunately, he's found it. Yeah.
Oh, no, there's Rick.
Just a little bit out of order. Ricky has just mashed.
I'm glad they did not miss Ricky's drive because that is impressive.
So far up there. I mean, anything down like on the flat down at the bottom of the hill is really good here.
Yes.
And he has surpassed that by 100 feet.
Yes. The video doesn't really do the whole justice either. It's this big, huge, massive turnover shot. And then the basket also sets kind of up on another little tee box area.
Right.
So this is a tough par 4.
Yeah, it's a difficult angle to hold all the way down. Silver's played a really great shot. Even if you turn it too much, the angle of the hill should bring you down to the bottom there.
Anywhere in the open is where you want to be.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
That's a pretty great approach. It's going to be a little short because the basket sits back quite a bit, but that does give him his look at par at least.
Yeah, and that's a big shot from where he was standing. Probably over 400 feet. Silver with a smooth approach out to the left side of the green. And this green kind of has, like we said, 2 tiers, and you can only see one of them from where you're standing. So it's kind of a false front. It seems like if you just crest the first one, you're parked, you're inside 20.
Yeah, not so much.
Look at this little chip shot from Ricky.
What?
Oh, okay, I can just throw an easy
Is that just
putter.
a harp? Too?
Yeah, that's impressive.
Ooh.
And that's a good attempt from Linus. He'll have to take bogey here.
And put the rally cap on it, look like.
That's right. That's a great birdie from Silver.
Yanni. He just doesn't have the rhythm, it looks like, right now.
Yeah, he told me after this round when we were talking, just said that, he just couldn't trust where the putter was going out of his hand, just couldn't quite catch that rhythm that we were talking about.
Which happens.
So he'll settle for par. We'll have a bogey from Linus and then great birdies from Silver and Ricky. Hole 14, 361 uphill.
A little wide.
For our European viewers, 110 meters.
Yes.
I was trying my best to get the conversions down while we were there as well, but I'm glad we have them on the screen here.
Yeah, I'm glad that somebody did them for us.
I wouldn't say I was awesome at it.
When somebody asked me, how far out am I?
Meters.
80 feet?
Some meters.
Yes.
Silver's disc has leaked a little bit left, but he's going to be up on the top shelf putting at it.
This is another scary putt green.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. Oh, wow.
And that's a good roll. This plays
weird.
more difficult than it looks. I mean, most of these guys could throw mid-range 360 if they wanted to, but with the right to left one and the steep uphill, it's hard to get all the way up there.
Ricky had the distance. He just pulled it a little too far right.
Yeah, and that's a good putt, just a bit left.
Yeah, it's a good miss though, because you want to be putting back up the hill as opposed to down the hill.
Yeah, you don't want to be back down that hill. It's not much fun. Yanni with a stepper and just needed an inch more. That's another solid birdie from Silver. In the background, you see Kristen, who's pulling Silver's cart. Mm-hmm. She actually aced the next hole, hole 15.
Oh, nice.
With a lucid defender, I'm pretty sure. We'll see if any of these guys can match that effort today.
That would be awesome.
I would enjoy seeing it. Everybody else is just going to clean up their pars.
There's a couple ways to attack this hole.
Yeah, big hyzer is one. I don't love the big hyzer when it's so windy like this.
Yeah.
Just because you don't want to put the disc up so high.
And you got trees to tend to that hopefully you kind of miss. I like the putter right at it, personally.
That's what I would throw as well. But we saw a lot of people take this forehand. There's a fairway that's elevated a bit on the left side, and if you just catch the downslope like Ricky, you can feed all the way down there.
All the way.
Yeah, so Ricky has left his right around circle's edge, but in a good spot. Yanni's taken a felon. That's actually one of those old, like the first kind of fusion ones that we did with the silver.
There's like
rectangle.
999 of them.
Mm-hmm, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right. So nice and overstable.
Yep.
Linus has taken kind of the intermediate hyzer.
Yep.
Not the super big hyzer, but not something low straight at it. He's caught the only tree that you have to contend with on that side.
Little branch.
Yeah, a couple of pitch ups here. Once you're on the right side of the basket, it's difficult to get all the way up there.
That is true. Great putt. Once again.
Yeah, you want to be on the open side of this basket, which is the left, but
that's also downhill.
Yeah, as we talked about earlier, if you miss that putt, now you're in the trees and putting back uphill. I think it's a well-designed hole.
Yeah, I
congrats to Kristen for acing it. That's pretty sweet.
She
Any ace is cool, but
2 strokes on me on this hole.
I bet she got more than that on a lot of people.
I guarantee it.
16 is not the longest par 3 on the course, but it probably plays like the longest.
It's a tweener.
It's definitely
tweener par,
a tweener.
But it is an awesome hole.
Yes, fantastic hole. Ricky is punched
low.
Yeah, just a little too low, but a good line. He should have a pretty easy pitch up from there. If you saw Silver's disc flying right there, you'd think it was a backhand hyzer.
Yes.
Just the way that it came out kind of flat and then worked over to the left side.
Look up. To get onto the top of that next plateau where the green is not an easy task. There's OB pretty much all down the right side and on the left side by the basket. Mm-hmm. So
if you're a little bit long, say you do land the flat part of the green, it's super easy to skip long and OB. Yeah. So this is a very touchy upshot, even though it's a short one. And Silver knows about that OB and has left his upshot just a bit short. Yeah, ideally a jump putt is great here. It's easy to land flat.
Probably not too many twos on this par 3 as well.
No,
I do know Barsby got it. I remember checking scores and saw that Barsby did get this, and maybe
I think he birdied like the last 6 or 7
I think
in a
you're
row,
right. Yeah,
which is crazy. Yeah, this is a fantastic 2 to get.
Silver just left his putt a little bit short. Has to settle for the bogey.
Yeah, not too pleased with that effort. It's not. I wouldn't say it's an extremely difficult 4, but if you're out of position on your drive, it can be.
Little turnover shot here on number 17.
Yeah, plays up to another mound.
Another 300-plus foot par 3.
Yeah, this is a bonus birdie in my opinion.
Yep.
If you get this one, you're really gonna like it. If not, 3 doesn't feel bad here.
Nah, it sits on top of a tiny little mound too. That's what makes this hole. That's probably the biggest challenge of this hole.
Right. And there is OB on the left side there. Linus is tracking towards it and does end up in the OB. If you've got a big forehand, it's a great play here.
Yep. And if you don't, it's not a great play.
You're not going to want to throw it if you don't have a great forehand here. Linus with a smart play, just chipping it into the side of the hill. Yanni gave it kind of a half bid there.
Yeah, kind of a half run.
Ricky's into whole bids.
Wow.
And that's just a little too fast for Silver. Rose up a little bit and couldn't quite connect even with a great drive. That's really the only time that 3 feels bad here is if you're inside the circle.
Yep.
If you're not, man, 3's like, all right,
yep.
Thanks.
It's amazing how you can go to the next hole with the same score as somebody else, but your confidence level dropped a lot.
Feel totally different about it. So Ricky is making this course look pretty easy, and I can tell you it is not easy.
It is not. It's not at all.
Oh, check out these guys just lounging.
Just chilling.
Last hole at the Nevas golf course. 755 feet, par 4.
Just mash.
Hit it hard. You don't want to leak too far left. There is out of bounds on the left side.
Or right. There's a tree line all down the right side as well.
There's some flags, like low flags in the middle of the fairway, that if you're around those, you can actually see the basket from there, and that's the ideal spot.
Yeah, that spot right there.
Yep.
The little marker right there in the
just
ground.
in front of where Yanni's disc landed.
That was my visual for this hole. Just try to get to there, and you'll be fine.
This is a beautiful flight from Silver. I'm really impressed with his forehand and backhand. And Linus leans back on this one, and it's holding right.
Hold. Yeah. That's a good play.
Yeah, beautifully done.
And this next shot is downhill. There's OB long, but it really doesn't come into play because there's a fence line there that kind of will kind of stop your disc.
Right.
But you have to commit to this shot.
Yeah, it needs to hold all the way down. If it hyzers out at all, as we saw Linus's do, it's over on the left and usually not inside the circle. Silver left his forehand just a bit high, and Yanni takes a bit straighter line at it. He's excited to try and finish the round under par.
Yes.
I'll get my birdie.
Giving Resco some love there.
Yeah, we saw the boss man there. Here's Ricky coming in with a forehand approach.
Sure.
Yeah, if you like drop-ins, that's good.
Why not? I'd rather make my putt. It makes you feel better about your round.
Yeah. Linus will have to settle for a par. Silver breezes the tower. He's going to have a little comeback putt left.
Yanni wants this.
Oh, definitely.
Gets it.
And he's an excitable fellow.
Yeah, he is.
But even more so whenever...
And that's all jokingly fun.
Yeah, yeah. When he's got a putt to end up under par.
Yeah.
So he does finish at 1 under par. Ricky Wysocki has just torched the course.
12 under.
12 under par. If I remember correctly, the next best was 8 under par. 9 under par, sorry. Seppo, yeah. And we'll actually hear from Seppo on the next round.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. Great dude. Enjoyed seeing Seppo over there in Finland. And then rounding out our lead card will be Greg Barsby and one of the other Finns who are tied right behind them.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for joining us. We will see you for round 3 of the 2018 Tyyni after you hang out with Sipoo a bit.